Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Natalie Davis, and I work in the College Programming and Orientation Office as an Assistant Director for College Events and Family Engagement, and I'll be serving as the moderator for the webinar today. This is our first of four family web or second of four family webinars dedicated to assist the families and support networks of our newest students. Tonight's webinar, Successfully Transitioning Your Student to the College, will cover ways in which families can best support your student as they begin their journey at the University of Chicago. So for today's agenda, we will allow each area represented tonight a few minutes to introduce themselves and talk about their units. And then we will spend the remainder of the webinar answering questions, some which were submitted ahead of time and those submitted live during this session. So if you're interested in submitting a live question, you can do so through the Q&A portal, which you can find at the bottom of your screens. You will see that you're able to upvote questions, and we will give time for everyone to look through those, and we will give some time to our panelists to answer those questions tonight, and as many as we can get through. Some questions might be directly answered through the Q&A feature, and we might also send some links through the chat so you all can take some time to look at our different websites after the fact as well. So to kick it off tonight, we'll give each office a few minutes to introduce themselves and their office and services. So we're going to start with the Dean of Students in the college.
Hi, thank you. I'm Phil Viticinque. I'm the Dean of Students in the college, and Karina Buckles is also joining us here, Deputy Dean of Students and Associate Dean of the College for the Student Experience. We both are very excited to welcome everyone here again tonight, and I am excited to welcome everyone again, not only as the Dean for Students, which is what we like to say around here, but as a college alum. I moved here in 1997 and I stayed, which if I do my math right, means I'm a rising 29th year in the college, give or take some complicated math for a classicist. It also means that I know firsthand how challenging, thought-provoking, and ultimately exhilarating and life-changing the distinctive undergraduate experience at UChicago can be in the classroom and beyond. When people ask what a dean of students does, I tend to emphasize our role as advocates, connectors, and guides. We support all of our students from matriculation to graduation across all our offices, be it college programming and orientation, which everyone is getting to know very well and will continue to get to know very well over the summer through its webinars, online modules. I know some of them already started, and more. Our advising team also joining us tonight, the Center for Student Success, or our care and support team, which I know Karina will say a little bit about. There are approaching 70 people focused on our student success and finding ways to meet them where they need us to be across all of our teams in the Dean of Students office. And we are privileged enough to be one of the few places on campus to interact with each and every student during their time here. As you help the students transition to college, we'd like you to know a few things and hope you share with them, although I know there's some students who are watching us too tonight. First off, I want to remind everyone that it is okay to ask for help in and out of the classroom, and it is important to do so, sometimes even when you think you don't need it. Academia, teaching, learning, research, living and learning on a campus like ours is not a solo venture. I know that we often have the ivory tower metaphors, but it couldn't be farther from the truth. At its best, it is a collaborative enterprise and a partnership. And we want to partner with all of our students however they need and help them succeed. Secondly, it's okay for parents, for you all, to reach out and let us know you think the students need help. Karina and I are here, ready to talk to you, and so is the whole team. We're here to help. I remind all our students of this, including those who are in my first year humanities classes, not to plug my first year humanities class, but I did, because I know they all have made the extraordinary a normal, ordinary thing. That's why you're all here, right? And you're going to continue to do amazing things in big and small ways throughout your time at the university and the college. And all of us, everyone here on the call and beyond, can't wait to see the impact that you're going to have on campus and on us. I can't tell you how transformative the impact, the work with students, how much I learn every day working with each of you in the classroom and out of the classroom. The positive contributions you're going to make to our community and beyond now and in the future as alumni. U Chicago, this place is going to help you is going to help prepare you for that. So I ask everyone, parents encourage the students and students encourage yourselves, lean into this time, lean into your undergraduate career, regardless of your major, and think of it as an opportunity to experiment, push boundaries, find ways to succeed, and importantly, deal with adversity along the way when things don't turn out exactly as you intended. I know I'm still working on that. All of us are still working on that, and it's important to think about that too. I want you to nurture your passions and interests that you brought that you are going to bring to campus, but be open to discovering new ones, right? Things that are going to spark your curiosity, creativity, and imagination. To find communities in which to immerse yourselves, and new ways to lead, partner, and collaborate with colleagues and us, right? We, like I said, can't wait to work with you. And finally, to repeat what I've said already on Admitted Students Day, I'd also ask our newest Maroons to get out of your comfort zone, at least from time to time, right? I know that that can be difficult, but I'm going to encourage you to do it because, and I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again, when you're out of your comfort zone, that's where the good stuff happens, right? That's where the magic takes place. That's when you find out about yourself and find about your true passions and find new ways to problem solve, right? And I always say that if you're doing this place the right way, if you're experiencing U Chicago the way it should be experienced, the way that it was attended when they set this place up in 1890, then you're out of your comfort zone. And while you're there, while the students are there, I want you to remember, we all want you to remember, now and in the future, that we'll be there to meet you and work with you closely, along with our campus partners, many of them here on the call and beyond, your faculty and instructors, to meet all of our students, to meet you where you need us, right? This is the job that we love. We love working with you every day. And again, welcome, and I can't wait for you to arrive in the fall. Karina might want to add some things.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you all for being here and welcome again. We're so excited to spend the next hour talking about the wonderful place you get to call home, U Chicago. I'm Karina Buckles. I'm the Deputy Dean of Students and Associate Dean in the College for Student Experience. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you about the Care and Support Team in the Office of the Dean of Students. We are a group of individuals here to help students, and we work with students on an individual case-by-case basis to navigate difficult academic, personal, any challenges that might arise. So I can't echo Phil's sentiment enough of we're here to help. If you don't know who to turn to or who to ask your questions to, we have a website, our Care and Support Team. All of our pictures, names, emails, our generic email inbox is there too. So please feel free to check us out. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to any of us. And we're very excited to welcome you all in the autumn quarter.
Awesome, thank you both. Next, we'll go ahead and move on to College Academic Advising Office.
Great, thank you so much. I'm Steph Mitos. I'm the Assistant Dean and Assistant Director for our Academic Advising Office. We're thrilled to be with you here tonight. Our mission in academic advising is to provide student-centered support for undergraduates to explore their individual academic interests and plan a path to graduation through a rigorous liberal arts education. Our staff helps students navigate university policies and connect to campus resources while assisting students in self-reflection and meaning-making of their U Chicago experience. If I had to summarize what academic advisors do for students in one sentence, it's helping students get where they want to go. We do this through three main focuses. First is student support through their academic journey. Our most central function is to support students across their four-year experience through personalized one-on-one advising. Every student is assigned a generalist academic advisor who they work with on academic course planning, exploration of various fields of study, and identification of experiences and opportunities that help students make the most of their time at U Chicago. The second is student navigation of the college. Advisors are highly skilled in connecting students with resources across the university and walking with students through policies, processes, and administrative procedures they encounter along the way. Third is the role advisors play as liaisons to academic departments. In this capacity, advisors assist students in warm handoffs and referrals to faculty and program administrators for discipline-specific guidance and help students keep track of priorities and milestones towards the completion of their program of study. Advisors also help students develop confidence in building relationships with faculty and instructors. A big transition for most students is the way in which academic advising at UChicago serves them differently than the relationships they may have had with an advisor in high school. Often in the past, students may have had much more prescriptive experiences. UChicago academic advisors are resources who help students grow in their autonomy and thoughtful decision-making as they derive meaning from their college experience. Your student will be assigned to their academic advisor on July 14th and meet them over the summer through a virtual appointment between July 21st and August 15th. This is the first of many touch points they will have with their advisor, including a meeting every quarter in their first year. We look forward to meeting our incoming class and walking beside them through the next 4 years. We're thrilled, once again, to meet you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Steph. Next, I would like to introduce Housing and Residence Life to talk a little bit more about their office and resources.
Good evening, everybody. We are super excited to have you joining us. My name is Alexandria Clyburn. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I am the Associate Director of Residence Life within Housing and Residence Life. Housing and Residence Life seeks to create a sense of belonging within our residential communities for our students. We strive to develop an environment where they can live authentically, rest, and find their home here. We do this by envisioning a residence life experience that transcends mere accommodation by acknowledging our traditions while encouraging forward-thinking inquiry to meet the needs of our students and to support their care, well-being, and development. We do this through fostering an environment that empowers the next generation of leaders who will enrich and impact the global community, innovative, intentional, and fun programming that fosters conversation and community engagement, designing opportunities to explore, engage, and contribute to the wider Chicago metro area and the diverse community therein. Our motto is that critical inquiry begins with a good night's rest. And we are so ecstatic to welcome you all to the University of Chicago and to welcome our students home.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Safety and Security.
Good evening, everyone. Officer Viola with the University of Chicago Police Department. We are a full-service CALIA accredited police department serving the University of Chicago and the extended area of our patrol. The extended patrol area is about 3.5 square miles and includes the area around the University of Chicago campus, and it stretches from 37th Street all the way down to 65th Street, from Cottage Grove all the way down to Lakeshore Drive. We operate under the Department of Safety and Security. We are located at 850 East 61st Street. And if you would like to reach us, you can reach us at 773-702-8181. Thank you.
Great, thanks. And last up, we have Student Wellness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Meeta Kumar. I'm the Assistant Vice President overseeing UChicago Student Wellness, and I want to extend a very warm welcome to all of you today. We know that you care really deeply about wellness, well-being of your student, and we want you to know that we do too. Wellness is a top priority here at University of Chicago, and we truly believe it's fundamental to your students' overall success in every domain of their experience here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's available through Student Wellness to the students who are here with us today, but also for the parents and families. So you know what your student can expect and where to steer them in case they reach out with any questions or concerns to you. So through Student Wellness, we provide comprehensive medical, mental health, and overall wellness services and programs to support an array of student needs. We have a really large, multidisciplinary, diverse staff who are trained in addressing needs of college students and are committed to providing inclusive, affirming, and compassionate care. Most services are at no charge to students, and you do not need to use your insurance for most of the services that are provided through student wellness. So just some basic information of like where we are located and what our hours of operation are. So we are pretty conveniently located on campus, 840 East 59th Street, adjacent to the UChicago Medicine campus in Hyde Park. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m., but we do have robust 24/7 care available to assist student needs throughout the week and throughout the year. And we'll be putting a link to our website in the chat, and there's a ton of information that's available on our website about details of different services and programs, so please feel free to browse at your convenience. And also important to know that all students will have access to a wellness portal. So through this, students can make lots of different kinds of appointments with different clinicians. They can ask questions. They can message their providers and various clinicians at Student Wellness, upload records, immunizations, see test results, and lots more. So there's lots of different ways to access us, including our main phone number that's also available on our website. So just a little bit more about the 3 different functional areas under student wellness. So our medical services include a full service clinic providing many routine primary care visits, such as physicals, gynecological, sports medicine care, routine labs, immunizations, and array of sick visits. So for example, students have sore throat, stomach ache, fever, you stub a toe. That's where you turn to and make appointments and come in to see clinicians. In addition to that, we have nurse navigators who are here to assist answer an array of different student questions and also connect students with lots of specialists in the area, especially in our backyard, UChicago Medicine. There's lots of different specialty care options available, and we are here to assist students to connect if they so need. The best way to access this is schedule appointments through the portal. There's lots of same-day appointments available for medical services, but students can also call a main phone number to access care. And again, students can show up if they need, and our staff will assist them in scheduling appointments. In addition to that, there's a 24/7 nurse advice line available to answer any questions, because we know students will have medical concerns any time of day, night, and weekends. So please don't hesitate to reach out and get advice. And then based on that triaging issue, the student will be connected to the most appropriate option. The mental health services include high quality, culturally sensitive care, which includes short-term individual and couples counseling. There's no set limit on the number of sessions. We try to customize this to the needs of the student. We have psychiatry treatment available, and this is a long-term model. So students can access psychiatric care for as long as they need or are a student at University of Chicago, which is a bit of a unique model and service that we provide here. In addition to that, there's lots of different therapy groups, psychoeducational workshops that are available to students throughout the year. We have case managers who maintain a database of hundreds of local area therapists, and we are happy to connect students for specialty care, for open-ended long-term therapeutic support, if that's what's best suited for their needs. We also have, in addition to this, virtual telemental health services available through a partnership with Timely Care, which is a national leading telehealth company. All of these are available free of charge. And again, please look it up through our website. For urgent mental health needs, we have a dedicated crisis counselor available on site Monday through Friday during business hours, and students can just stop by and drop in to have a consultation. In addition to that, there's a couple different 24/7 options available. There's a therapist on call via phone, and through Timely Care, there's a Talk Now option, which offers phone and video visits, access to trained mental health clinicians. So again, That's available in 50 states throughout the year to your students free of charge. In addition to that, we promote healthy behaviors and skills to enhance overall well-being through our health promotion programs, and our public health educators help students manage stress, build a more connected and informed community. There are programs and initiatives offered throughout the year, like mindfulness, improving sleep, alcohol, other drug education, safer sex supplies, mental health training on how to support a peer or a friend. And students can also, we encourage you to get involved by becoming a peer health advocate or becoming a part of our student health advisory board. So lots of ways to engage with us, and we really enjoy those engagement opportunities and receive feedback on our services throughout the year. So also please like us, follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and Facebook. So you can sign up for newsletters to get timely information about our services and programs. And just lastly, I'll end by saying that, we hope you don't need us, but we are here for you and happy to answer any questions. Please, no issue is too big or too small. If you are a student or a parent or a family member, please reach out and ask any questions that may be on your mind. Encourage your students to be proactive and get help in a timely way. There are lots of resources and ways that they can engage with us. And we look forward to welcoming you and supporting your students and you in the upcoming year. So thank you.
Thank you to all of our speakers, and we're now going to transition into the Q&A section of the webinar today. So once again, if you have any questions you would like our speakers to answer, please submit them through the Q&A feature, which you can find at the bottom of your screen. We are going to start off with the Academic Advising Office. We have a question: how should students best prepare for their first meeting with their academic advisor? Are they expected to be fully familiar with the course progressions?
Thank you for that question. A bunch of resources are available for students leading up to their first meeting. So just this week, students were invited to participate in the Academic Advising Canvas platform. Students at UChicago will be using Canvas for pretty much all their courses while they're here. And we also run an academic advising specific Canvas to be a resource platform and hub for our students as well. Your students should have received that invitation, and it has some modules for them to progress through leading up to their first meeting, including an intake form that helps prepare them for that first meeting. Also on that July 14th date, when they're getting assigned, they're going to get a personalized email from their advisor, which also contains a bunch of links and resources for them to do that preparation in advance. So it will include links to that Canvas, as well as some other important web pages and sites that they might want to consider looking at leading up to the meetings that begin the following week on the 21st of July. Up through August 15th. So that's why we have that week gap between when we assign and when we first meet, to give students that extended time to go through those in a thoughtful way. The other two big things I would highlight are two upcoming webinars. The first is tomorrow. It's an introduction to the core curriculum. This is really exciting because it's going to feature faculty from UChicago really getting into the philosophy of the unique liberal arts core. So it's a fantastic way for students to get more of a conceptual and understanding, a philosophical understanding, much beyond just seeing a number of distribution list of courses, on a sheet. They're really gonna get the full experience of the dynamic learning that's gonna happen in this comprehensive set of courses in the core. And then the second one I would highly recommend students attend is on July 15th. That's an Introduction to College Academic Advising, which is actually a webinar completely focused on our office and preparing students for that first meeting. Both of those webinars. I think CPO will probably reference them a little bit later on. You can sign up in advance and attend live, or they will be recorded and posted and accessible for students to return to or rewatch. And we will be doing live Q&A in both of those webinar experiences if there's particular questions. And students can also always email us at collegeadvising@uchicago.edu at any point. So we answer that email address all day, every day during our working hours. So again, that's the word college advising at uchicago.edu. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Steph. Next up for the Dean of Students, we have a question regarding FERPA. So someone was interested in learning a little bit more about if there's a UChicago FERPA form to be submitted so that their student has consent to share educational records with her parents or family members.
Do you want to take this, Karina, or you want me to take it? Or we could tag team it.
For those who don't know, FERPA is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy
Privacy Act.
Act, which is invoked, and we are limited in what we can share if family or parents call or anyone calls regarding a student, given that they are an adult. We walk a very fine line in terms of academic advising, has a specific protocol in terms of notifying students if parents have reached out. We do not have a blanket form that can be signed and submitted on file. Typically, the practice in my office is it's on a case by case, and we will request permission from a student to speak with a parent. Anything you want to add, Phil?
No, but like I said earlier, I still encourage parents to reach out to us if they have questions or concerns about their student, because we still want to know, and we want to be able to communicate what we can, and value your partnership on that.
Thank you both. Next up for our housing and residence life, how do we shop and ship or store items we are purchasing for the dorms?
Excellent question. And I also see there are some other questions in the chat, and those will be answered momentarily. So thank you all for your patience. We actually start to accept parcel shipments, excuse me, say that 6 times fast, on Friday, September 12th. So after Friday, September 12th, or I guess like a day or so before, you can mail your items. Items arriving prior to this date will be returned to sender, so make sure you time it accordingly. Returning students move in. If any returning students are moving in later in the school year, I know this is for first-year students, but just in case, you have to wait until you have your housing assignment before you can ship things in. So moving forward, but you can begin mailing items to your residence halls on Friday, September 12th. Additionally, you can find all of the address information on the housing website for where you would be shipping your items. And did I answer the question fully? Did it say also storing?
Yes, it was shipping/storing.
Yes, so on our website, if you go over to the right-hand side, there's a part that says resources, and under resources, I'm gonna actually pull it up right now so I can see, under resources and/or services, it's under resources. There's something that says storage. We partner with a company called uStorage, where students are allowed to pack up all of their items. You scan a QR code, they come and pick them up, etc. All of the details are on their website. I would highly recommend that you take a look at that if that is an option that you would like for yourself or your student to utilize at the end of the school year.
Great. Next up for safety and security, what transportation options are available to students? And can you explain more about the VIA rideshare program?
Yes, there's many transportation options available for students. We have the UChicago shuttle buses that run throughout the campus area. Some extend as far as the Chicago downtown area. We also have, as mentioned, the VIA Ride Smart Share app. It's a UChicago exclusive on-demand ride share program available to students to book free rides on and around UChicago's campus from 5 p.m. all the way to 4 a.m. every day. These are all free of charge. The only thing is that they would have to download the VIA app and create an account using their University of Chicago email, and then they'll be able to access those features. There's also public transportation that comes to the University of Chicago, whether it's CTA or Metro service, and those are students in the college can ride the CTA buses and trains with their eventually UPass cards as well.
Next up, we have a question for student wellness. Do students have to sign a waiver to allow parents to access medical information or to talk to medical personnel?
Yeah, so it's important to note that all of the contacts and information that students provide us is confidential and protected through FERPA and state law. However, students can and should ask for like a release of information form. It's pretty easy once they give us consent to share information with any party, outlining what kind of information and communication they would like to have. We are happy to abide by their wishes. So please talk to your students and discuss ways in which you would like to be involved and what kind of information you would like to have access to. And it's pretty easy once they give us consent to do that.
Back to academic advising. Will my student's advisor this summer be their same advisor all 4 years?
Yes, that is the intention. And I want to also say that with also some reality of our advisors are working professionals, so at times they are making, different choices for their careers. So as much as it's possible, yes, we try and keep them with the same person all 4 years and to move them as little as possible from one advisor to the other. So yeah, that will definitely be the intention. Who they're assigned to is who they'll stay with.
For safety and security, do you recommend students carry pepper spray or something similar while on campus or in Chicago?
I can't give a recommendation as far as what to carry. Everyone, can make that judgment on their own. We do have, like I said, we're a 24 hours, 7 days a week operation. We're here to help anytime there's need. We have safety escorts available to students throughout the entire day. If you ever feel the need that they need an officer to come by and escort them to their residence or back to campus.
Thank you. For the Dean of Students, if a student needs to be checked on, who would a parent call? What office can parents or families reach out to with issues?
That's a great question. I know both of us will probably jump in. I think depending on context, but if you're looking to check on a student and you don't think there is anything that's an immediate need, I think you can absolutely, like I always tell people, reach out to me, reach out to Karina, and we will make sure that we're in touch with their student. Plus, like I said before, we want to partner with you because we'd like to learn what particular need we're talking about with your student. If it's an emergency situation, if it's akin to a wellness check or anything like that, I would say, and Karina jump in too, I think it's utilizing the Dean on Call, and Officer Ariola can talk about that too, right? It involves calling the UCPD and paging the Dean on Call, and then we're able to initiate a wellness check. But then there's also the care and support team that can be a part of this too, right, Karina?
Yes, that's exactly right. Calling UCPD for the Dean on Call for an emergency or an urgent matter. There are many layers to on-call staff after hours, as Mita mentioned in student wellness. We have them housing and residence life, and so there are people always there to be able to respond. But if it is after hours, I would encourage the utilization of the Dean on Call program. Maybe we could drop the link. in the chat.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And we should also say that we all collaborate across campus when it comes to these systems. And when it involves a college student, Karina and I know it does get to us. So calling the dean on call is also akin to calling us. Thank you for
Thank
that. That's a
you.
really important question.
Thank you both for sharing. For student wellness, you mentioned services are free for students. Does this apply if a student carries alternative health insurance and waives USHIP?
Yes, as I said, and sometimes it's tricky to sort of like really unpack this, but insurance is not needed. So yes, students are required to carry insurance, but for most student wellness services, students do not need to use the insurance. The only times insurance comes into play is, of course, if they are prescribed medications, then students will need to use insurance. Most even routine labs are actually covered. Students do not need to use insurance except for some. But outside of student wellness, if students get referred to any specialists in the area or are seeing outside providers, that's when they will need to use insurance, but not at student wellness.
Housing and residence life is up next. Can students stay in the dorms during breaks between quarters?
Yes, I was just typing an answer to that one as you asked. So thank you for jumping in. Yes and no. There are certain breaks that students can stay, and yes, the short answer is yes. Let's be really clear. The short answer is yes. So students stay over Thanksgiving break. Residence halls are open over Thanksgiving break. However, over winter break, residence halls do close. The majority of them do close, and they're expected residents, I want to be really clear, residents are expected to travel home or make alternative arrangements. However, limited on-campus housing is available during break, and they are only able to and eligible to live if they are residents in the autumn quarter who are intending to continue to live on campus for winter quarter, and they have a significant need for housing. There is an application process. It opens on Monday, October 20th. And again, all of this is available on our website. Very limited, if any, on-campus housing options will be available for residents who seek break housing and do not live in one of the above residence halls. So the only residence halls that are open over winter break are International House, Renee Granville Grossman Residential Commons, and Woodlawn Residential Commons. So it is very challenging if you don't live in one of those residential communities to stay over break. In those with the greatest need are going to be given the highest priority, and then they will be required, if they don't live in one of those residence halls, to relocate to one of the buildings that are open. There's also a cost for staying over break, and that cost is $1,100 to their university account for the entirety of the break, regardless of the number of nights that you spend on campus for that period of time. And then in spring break, our residence halls remain open as well. And so the next opportunity that you would have to move out would be at the end of the spring quarter after the school year has concluded.
Great, thank you so much. To safety and security again, can you expand a little bit on the security and safety issues on campus? How can family members and parents best prepare their students so that they're aware of any security issues or challenges?
Yes, we highly recommend that parents as well as students download our UChicago Safe app. It's free. You could do so by going on, if you have an Android or iPhone, wherever you download your applications, just type in UChicago Safe app. From there, you'll be able to access all our contact information, have maps of the campus area, our surrounding area. From there, you could also access many of the services that are available, as far as UChicago shuttle bus services, where you could actually track and look at the shuttle buses in real time and see their bus routes and locations. It has the option of connecting you with the Via Ride Safe app, where you can request, as I mentioned, the rideshare to come pick you up anywhere throughout our campus area. If there's any, if there's ever any notification or anything that needs to be made, it would be sent out via a push notification through the UChicago Safe app, and anything else that is disseminated would be through a push notification.
Thank you for sharing. For student wellness, is there a pharmacy on campus? How might they transfer prescriptions to the University of Chicago?
Yeah, so there is through UChicago Medicine, it's called DCAM. I can actually post a link in the chat. And it's actually, yes, so our providers and clinicians are able to forward prescriptions to that as well as local pharmacies. So I'm going to put this, Whitney, for you, if you want to post this for all. And that's pretty conveniently located. So that's just one option, but also all of the other local CVSs and Walgreens and others, our providers are able to send prescriptions to them.
Great. For housing and residence life, once students know which residence hall they will be in, do families have access to any information as to what is provided in the dorm rooms?
Absolutely. So actually, again, I dropped an answer in the chat for this one. Our website, we've actually been working really hard to make sure that our website has all of this very rich information in it. So I'm really excited to hear all of these questions here, because that means that we're on the right track, which is exciting. If you navigate to our website, and I put this in the answer to the chat, at the top, there's going to be all these different options. You've got residence life. Underneath residence life, you'll see residential commons, and then you just navigate to whichever residential commons your student or you have been assigned to. And then as you scroll down, you can see information about that specific building, including amenities, what is included in it, some pictures of the room, etc.
For the Dean of Students, we have a few transfer students and their family members on the webinar tonight. So can you share any more specifics about support or specific programming offered to that population of transfer students?
That is a really good question. And what I will say is we're actually starting a transfer student support office, which should be live by the autumn. So I am intending there to be, we are intending there to be programming and support. We're in the process of adding some people in the advising office that will be working with the transfer student population. And we're also, like I said, building out a team to work on different ways to support, build community, and work with the cohorts of transfer students as they arrive in an attempt to sort of accelerate their time here at the university. I can also say that in the spring, we started a transfer student advisory board, which I'm really excited about. And as I mentioned before, we get some of our best ideas from working with our students. So I'm really excited that we're involving students in the process of creating and thinking about what this group of students needs. And so what I can say is stay tuned. We will be sharing more information as we build it out, but we're really excited. And there will be some specific things, maybe the CPO can talk about this too. There are some specific parts of orientation aimed at transfer students, and we're building that out too. And we're really excited about new ways of engaging this population.
Thank you. For safety and security, there are two questions about students bringing vehicles to campus. Is parking available for students to buy?
Yes, there's a parking garage at on Ellis and 55th that's available. There's also another parking structure at 61st and Drexel that's available for students. There's a newly open parking structure on 61st and Kimbark that's also available. And then obviously street parking for the is free parking for the most parts of in Hyde Park. There's a few areas that is you have to feed the meter or pay the meter, but for the majority it's free parking.
For academic advising, what advice do you have for parents and family members to support their students with the academic rigor at UChicago?
We have a lot of supports in place that it extends even beyond our office. So I think the best thing that parents can help facilitate are supportive conversations about where students might be struggling or stretching, or if, as Phil referenced at the beginning, if they are experiencing challenges, you encourage them to vocalize them to their academic advisor, and we'll help work with them to identify the best resource. If that might be going to office hours and doing something richer there, it could be a student starts in maybe a higher level sequence because of placement and they realize maybe this wasn't the best fit and they can get a new placement level, like in math or physics, for example. Or it could be they just need to bone up on some new study skills or new approaches to those types of time management and some other things. So there's both resources that we have in our partner office, which is a college support office. And then there's also some within the wellness realm. I could invite a wellness back in to share as well. They also do a wonderful set of resources and series on dealing with the rigor of UChicago as well.
Okay, lots of questions for housing and residence life tonight. So, do you recommend that first-year students get renter's insurance?
Yes. Sorry, I was also in the midst of typing a question and I don't know if the last link I just sent actually did send, but hopefully it did. Yes, we recommend that all students, not just first year students, we recommend that all students acquire insurance. And again, on our website, if you over on the right-hand side, there's a search bar, type in the word insurance, it will bring you right to our personal property insurance page that shares all of information about insurance, what it typically covers, why you should obtain insurance, what types of coverage. And then we have actually partnered with a company called GradGuard, which is an third-party insurers that offers policies specifically tailored to students living within residence halls.
Great, thanks for sharing. We do have a few questions in the chat about finances, tuition, and bills. And so I would like to just say that the Fifth Family Orientation newsletter will cover all things regarding financial matters. The tuition bill will be released in September and due in October. So if you have any specific questions about financial aid, please look out for that newsletter that's coming. And then we also recommend reaching out to financial aid directly. You can find all of their contact information or maybe some answers to your questions on their website. It's just financialaid.uchicago.edu. Our next question is for student wellness. How is the insurance paid? Is it included in the tuition or is it an amount that is paid separately?
No, this is a separate service. Again, there's a lot of information on our website about student health insurance plan. Through the university, we offer that, but students can also waive if they have proof of comparable coverage. So please look into that. It's a separate thing that you need to sign up for or waive. And if you don't, then you do get sort of like an additional bill for that. But the cost of the student health insurance plan, quarter by quarter for the entire year, the dates that it's effective, there's just a ton of information in there. So please take some time and look through what the university requirements are and what the options available to you are regarding health insurance.
Thank you. As a reminder, we'll be on until about 7 o'clock tonight. So if you have any more Q&A questions, please feel free to put them in the Q&A section. And that'd be very helpful.
If I could add one more thing, I'm going to drop in the chat a couple more resources for families as well. A link to the, if we can put in a link to the College Core Tutoring Program as an important resource. Again, that would be an academic support resource. And within that page, there's also a direct link to the Academic Skills Assessment Program, and that's a specific program I was referencing that lives in the wellness umbrella.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. So to wrap up, we would like each of you, if you could, to share one piece of advice for family members and parents as they support their students through the transition.
Officer Viola. I'd just like to say, if you guys ever need anything, it doesn't have to be an emergency. If you guys are, worried about your students, feel free to reach out to us. We'll do everything we can to be able to assist you with anything that you guys need.
I will echo what Phil said earlier, which is please ask for help. I think for really smart, successful students, sometimes it can feel embarrassing or difficult or feel like it's a sign of weakness to reach out and ask for help. But we really believe it's a sign of strength. Do it soon, do it early. And there's lots of resources available here to help you through your journey. And it's an opportunity to learn new ways of being and doing things. So it's a skill building and growth opportunity. So please encourage your students to ask for help and ask for help in a timely way.
I would say to bookmark the Navigating the College website because all of us and many other resources available to you and to your students are there. And so if they're ready to ask for help or not sure or want to bookmark it so when they might need it, that is a great resource for everyone to be able to utilize and kind of consolidate resources by academics, planning your classes, making new friends, varying aspects of a college student's life here.
I will echo everything that's already been said, especially the navigating the college page. I have that bookmark too. It's so fantastic. And I agree with everything that Mita said. That the two of us talk about this all the time. It's normalizing asking for help as a sign of strength. It is something that we can't say enough. And the other thing I'll say, I'll repeat what I said before. Lean into getting out of the comfort zone, even from time to time. Because I think it's going to make the experience all the more rich because of it, right? I mean, one of the amazing things that happens here in and out of the classroom is, ideas and things you thought you thought you knew very well, and text you thought you knew really well. You're going to work with peers and instructors that are going to help you think about new questions and be open to new answers and new research questions in and out of the classroom. The stuff you do in student clubs and organizations is just a part adjacent to all of the incredible work that you're doing in the classroom too. And that would be my advice.
Mine is going to be very department specific to say if your student is saying things like, I'm thinking about dropping this course, or I'm thinking about switching my major, anything that kind of really touches on academic transitions or struggle, the family reaching out and saying, hey, have you checked in with your academic advisor? Or does your academic advisor know this? Or did you meet with them this quarter? Just that little nudge, because sometimes students progress in their decision making and we might be slow to catch up to what they're actually doing. So the early intervention is so key, and we're able to help them make the best decisions for themselves early on. So as soon as you hear something maybe going slightly sideways for them, you can always send them to advising, and we'll make sure we can get them to the right resources, the right place, and hopefully avoid maybe a withdrawal or something that could happen down the line when we could have intervened a lot sooner to help them out.
I want to change my answer. I like what Steph said. I mean, the other stuff we should do too, but I like Steph's answer too.
Any final pieces of advice that anyone would like to share? Okay, awesome. Well, thank you to all of our various presenters from different offices and resources within the college. Your knowledge is it shows in a webinar like this, and I appreciate you all taking the time to share with our family members and students that are on this webinar tonight. And thank you to all of our attendees. We appreciate you showing up. And if you'd like to access any of this material after the fact, we will be posting this webinar on our website, which is orientation.uchicago.edu. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the different offices that were here tonight and to get any of your last minute questions answered. Also on our orientation website, we do have information about O-Week, and copies of all of the emails that have been sent to new students. You can also access the orientation to-do list on our website, and once again, links to the recorded webinars. We do have 2 webinars tomorrow as well, so please attend those with us. First is the Office of International Affairs in the U.S. Academic Culture webinar. And then the second webinar is the Introduction to the College Core Curriculum, once again, hosted by the Academic Advising Office. Thank you all for attending tonight, and have a good rest of your night.